Okay, so um, before we get started with the podcast, I must inform everyone in our audience, big or small, that there is a lot of sensitive topics in this episode. We have topics that include child abduction, death, SA. If okay, if you guys are squeamish to that, I understand. If you get squeamish with this stuff, then you can leave. I'm not saying you have to, but it's your choice. So, on to our regularly scheduled program, everyone.
Welcome to the bread bank. We sell bread, we sell loaves. We got bread on deck, bread on the floor. Toasted, roasted.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, I just need a baguette and a brioche.
We don't have either of those. You can do gluten free white bread or potato bread.
What the fuck is gluten? Take that shit out.
It's gluten free.
I don't care if it's free.
Swear on your fucking Yeezys. You want to fight? We gonna fight.
You trying to be on World Star?
What, you gonna record it?
Yeah. Cut my dollar store camera on.
What the fuck a situation?
What the fuck do you want?
I'm the motherfucking manager.
At the bread store.
Bread.
Tell him to take the motherfucking gluten out the bread.
How many you said that bullshit up, Chief?
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Up
I'm
the
sorry, I had
bread.
to deal with some shit.
Why I put it in the first place? I know y'all smoking that pack.
We got crackers, gluten free.
Well, fuck crackers.
It's gluten free. You want the gluten or not?
Hell no, you better take the gluten out that damn shit.
Look, we got whole wheat, gluten free. Texas toast, gluten free. Tortilla.
Fuck all that. What bitch ass country are y'all from? Where they got this bullshit at?
Florida.
I know it.
Look, you can either take this yeast or I'm calling the police.
I'm going west.
No, don't call the police. I got a warrant.
Honestly, fuck y'all. I ain't never seen nobody act like this over no bread.
What the fuck are you saying?
All I'm saying is fuck y'all's bread, fuck the gluten, and fuck them crackers.
But the crackers don't have gluten.
I'll take those.
Alright, that'll be 5.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't paying.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. We just recited the entire bread bank meme.
Yes.
Welcome for that shit. And to the guy who
I'm sorry,
created the
I'm sorry
bread
for coming.
bank,
It's sorry disrupting it. I was doing something.
I'm gonna twist your balls out of proportion for that. Fuck you, me no.
Alright, but
You know what? Counterspell. I cast iron.
welcome back to episode 5 of the
Yeah,
podcast.
5. It's 5.
Yes.
Episode
Welcome to
5 out
episode
of
5.
me being brain dead stupid.
Zach, as a lot of you can probably tell, a lot of our members could not join us for personal reasons, especially Pfizer. Yeah, that's a whole can of worms. So
the internet doesn't need to know.
yeah.
So in the meantime, it'll be just us for now.
Yeah.
And internet, if you dox anyone and try figuring out what's going on, I will hit you over the head with an applied physics book written by Paul Tippins.
You have been warned.
You know what? If you do that, you're gonna
So,
get French. Throw it back
let's
at
get-
it on me.
Get
boys,
Frenched,
boys,
idiot.
get Frenched.
Yes.
Yes, French.
Anyway, fellas.
Diboja.
Diboja.
Naboja.
Oh, the sizzle.
Uh,
Let's see what we're all drinking
Excuse
here.
me,
I
sorry.
got a Fanta here.
I got a rock and rye Fago.
I just got water.
I had a Dr. Pepper, but it's
Pussy.
ice now.
Ice water.
So
Fucking
water.
Christ. You're
You're welcome for the Fanta
got-
burp.
You got mild Dr. Pepper. But
Nah, it's
yeah.
just water.
No. It's not even mild Dr. Pepper. It's a nurse pepper.
I just drank all the doctor and the pepper out of it.
You know what?
Dr. Pepper.
Undoctors your pepper.
No.
Fuck.
You
I mean, no, it's
motherfucker!
actually no, Moon. No, it's Moon. It's actually funny you say this because I did hear some news that Dr. Pepper could be discontinued.
What?
Say hello to Davy Jones. for
Hell
me, my
nah!
boy. Googly boogly boo. You're not going to Goo Lagoon.
That better be a damn false thing you read.
That better be fake news, like how Trump would say. No, I don't believe it. It's fake. It's
Do you
fake
believe
news.
this, Huck?
Fake news.
But all right,
Bullshit. Fake
Calm
news.
down.
China.
calm down. All right. Let's. So one
You
time.
calm the fuck down.
But
Where's the missing part?
a topic me and Rocky came up with earlier is childhood horror. Let's discuss that, boys. Well, let's talk
about that.
You're getting burped up
we-
the wazoo. I don't care.
we'll take turns so there's actual order.
Oh shit!
That cut out, my bad.
Dude, that was a perfect cut.
Who would like to go first?
All right, you ready for childhood horror?
I got
Yeah.
my stuff ready,
Yeah,
but who
who-
wants to go
yeah.
first?
Here we go. I think a lot of people can agree with mine.
Candle.
I was gonna talk about from like video games and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You crack addict.
The Lisa jump scare from PT.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, why'd you go?
That scarred me for like a month or a week.
Okay. Now, this might seem fucking cheap as shit to talk about in terms of horror games, but the original Resident Evil 3. Nemesis was fucking scary. He was
Nemesis was a menace.
He was a menace.
Exactly. Nemesis coming at you like, give me the seat,
Listen.
boy.
Listen, you knew you were fucked
Really
when you
truly.
heard in the distance stars.
Nemesis was like, swiggity swooty, coming for the booty.
Show me
Oh
the
my God,
booty. I want the
Nemesis.
booty. Give me the booty.
I won't
Nemesis
do
to
it.
Hollywood be like, star.
But,
Speaking of Nemesis, just to bring this up, bro, why the fuck did they make him wear a trash bag in the remake?
I know. And what's weird about the remake is that they made him more of a bullet sponge.
Not only that,
Yeah.
but why did they give him a nose?
see, okay. I'll say this.
So you can say to the old like designs, got your nose.
I want to say this.
Fuck off.
I want to say this about. Okay. I do have a bit of childhood horror that I'm pretty sure everyone who's under the age of fucking 18 is aware of. Well, outside Blitz and Goro and whoever
And
Rocky, Mexican.
Oh,
That was
no.
personal.
Wow.
Boing, boing, boing.
Damn. Damn, the fighting words.
Okay.
It just talks about okay, sweet boy, Mexican.
Hey,
A bit of childhood horror that I'm pretty sure everyone knows of is creepypasta. There was
yes.
there was one creepypasta above all else that scared the absolute titty shit out of me.
Mhm.
And
Wait,
that-
you
and
did you have shit on your titties? What?
You got both of those?
Why you
I
be
got some black-
scaring my guy?
I got some black. I got some black.
Man.
But
Go to the corner. Go to the corner. Go to the corner.
Oh,
Get in the box.
Think
Get in the
about
box.
what you did.
I will pimp slap you with Dragon Ball Z movie 8.
nah,
Just
double
one.
and give it to the next person.
You
But-
disappointed
alright.
me, you disappointed my dog. Anyways,
Alright,
go ahead, sweet boy.
so
God damn it.
for those
Fuck direction. We're being stupid.
Yeah, like the story that scared me a lot as a kid, above all else, was No End House. And for those,
Oh.
No End House is like
it's a pretty underrated creepypasta, honestly.
the
But,
yeah,
ending
it
to it. The ending to it is
But-
just
For those who are not aware of creepypasta, because you're all fucking.
It's
Because you're all
essentially the 2010s version of analog horror. It's
yeah.
because
Like-
well, like if Gen Alpha looks in it, which I don't think they do because they're focused on skibbing the toilet, they can.
Yes, creepypasta is the internet's way
Creepypa-
of urban legends, basically.
Pretty much,
Creepypasta. Well,
Off
if,
of the
if kids
coming
watch
off of the term
analog
of the
horror-
copy pasta and whatnot.
But
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
if-
y'all
but if
y'all
the
heroes
internet-
ours wears hoodies and
But
stabs.
let's say this: if kids nowadays are watching analog horror, the people here as kids, the creepypasta was what
Yeah.
our childhood horror
Yeah.
was.
Creepypasta
like,
is my
but
shit.
for those who are probably unaware of what No End House is, basically it's what it sounds like. It's a house that seemingly never ends. Even when you supposedly leave the house, you're still stuck in a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what like chilled me to the fucking bone, is that as a concept, it is fucking scary. Like as a
Mhm.
concept, you basically cannot leave the house,
Yeah.
even if you left the construct.
Yeah, but I think another one that should be brought up.
Candle Cove.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. That is another one. That is another one. Let's also remember Psychosis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Psychosis, because for a while I didn't remember what Psychosis was, but looking into it again, thanks to Matthew Santoro's videos, actually, because
him.
that's how I know about a bunch of creepypastas like Psychosis, Candle Cove, excuse me, Annie 96's typing.
Oh yeah, that's a real shit.
That one's Annie 96's typing is a little bit more basic, but the ending is still nerve wracking. Another one as well, which everyone would know, is the Expressionless.
Oh yeah.
But Psychosis, I'll talk about the Expressionless later after other people bring up their shit. The Psychosis, the one that's interesting is the fact of a man who's freaking out because of the fact that like there's this entity apparently that he believes exists that everyone else is calling bullshit on, where this entity is basically extremely malevolent and is trying to take over people's minds and control them. And the ending to it is just scary because it's it's bad when the crazy dude is right. I
Right,
think another good example of the crazy dude being right in horror in general is Cloverfield Lane. I don't remember the full title.
10 Cloverfield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just that.
But before anyone else goes ahead, there is like one, like there is one story that's very basic in its concept, but as like with its like I guess you could say antagonist, kind of, not really. I don't know. The Smiling Man. It is.
I was gonna say, actually, the story is actually the fact that chickens are indeed larger than hamsters.
Yeah, like the Smiling Man, again, for those who are unaware, is basically your average like stalker story. However, it
Yes.
feels a lot like you're basically in the shoes of our protagonist, seeing this weird smiling guy.
That's
Walt-
dancing. It's weird
Literally
because
waltzing.
it's not the fact that, again, the scary part isn't the fact that the dude's being stalked. The scary part is the dude that's stalking him. Because they're so out of the ordinary. Because
Like-
again, they're just like, gazing so blissfully and ignorantly into the sky with this wide ass grin, just waltzing.
Yeah.
Then they back off. And next thing you know, like the main protagonist hears like ruffled footsteps and sees this dude just basically go and
Oh,
blitz
yeah.
at them.
But
Oh, I think the other good example. I think actually there's a really good example of that kind of like, being blitzed at in another story, which is also another childhood horror.
Yeah.
I'm gonna butcher this. Bong Chong Dong Ghost, I think is how you pronounce it.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But just the fact that you just get this thing just go and it's right towards the point of view of you. So you kind of like see them just blitz at you and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
All right, but
I can't stop.
By the way, someone actually made a Roblox game based off of that.
that is all I had to bring up. So anyone else who wants to go, feel free.
I want to
Yeah,
bring.
I
I'm
got
bringing some
you.
up. I'm bringing some up.
Oh, okay.
Here's some of mine that I want to bring up. These are mostly because I used to think that they were real, Adam, for a moment. Yes, I was that dumb.
You always thought that as a kid, though. We all thought it. Probably.
Yeah, because I was gonna say one of them that
Kids
I
lack
really thought.
comprehension.
Here's a dumb one that I used to thought was real. Was like fucking Jeff the Killer because I actually thought he was a serial killer.
Okay,
It sounds real. That's the thing. It
I'll give-
sounds real.
I'll give Jeff the Killer the benefit of the doubt, because while yes, the story itself is really fucking garbage.
It's
Cliché.
edgy as shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's for its time pretty much. But like I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it makes the crime scenes that Jeff commits feel realistic, and then the image to associate it with.
The
That image is fucking
haunted me
scary.
for years.
Yes.
And people know that it's an edit because it is an edit of someone.
Yeah,
They're
obviously.
still trying
Still-
to look for the
but
source
still-
of it. To
But
this day.
still, the image itself,
It's iconic.
There was
when
one.
seeing it for the first time, you can't help, especially as a kid, you can't help but look at that and you don't want to close your eyes at night,
Like,
essentially.
There is one image that I think surpasses all else in terms of creepypastas. Island Jack. Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
That would be in the middle of the dark, just a dude staring down at you.
It's not even a dude. It's a literal demon. It's a literal monster.
Just like you have him just like stare at you and he's like, "Hey, I want to eat your
Hi,
kidneys."
how are you?
Now you reminded me of those image pastas. Now that I'm looking at
But-
Huck right now. Smile
but,
Dog
like,
is another one too.
Smile
Oh,
Dog
yeah.
again. What's interesting is Sweet Boy, like you brought up when, So here's the thing: is for people in the podcast, here's a little bit of the lore about the group. We actually did some tier lists about creepypastas.
That was really fun. It was really fun.
And some of them, like when we rated them, we kind of rated them on a scale from like the
Amazing to bad.
scary shit to
Yeah.
just not good. There's some that was, funnily enough, the top one wasn't even the scariest one, simply because that was so well written. And that's NES Godzilla.
Oh shit!
Stop beating your dick, dude.
Yeah. But like,
Damn it.
another thing I was gonna bring. I don't know if this is a creepypasta, considering that it is probably a bit older. But like,
Well, it's childhood horror.
fucking
horror.
Slenderman.
Slenderman is creepypasta, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I actually don't really consider Slenderman creepypasta. Like, to be fair, he has been in that kind of material,
Yeah.
and
He's known as a creepypasta.
I more see him as
Urban legend.
kind of similar to this. I can't believe I'm saying this name after so long. Herobrine, where it didn't start as it didn't start as a creepypasta, but started as
It
It
turned
started
into-
as like a creepy image.
Yeah,
Yeah, which,
Well-
to be fair, like, that's why Slenderman was scary. It was ambiguous. He was
Yeah.
ambiguous. That's
You
why the 8 pages scared the shit out of people as well, because it was the case of,
You
like,
didn't know who he was.
it was like the atmosphere as well, and like, the lore of the fact that if you look at him, you're basically like,
you're basically
Yeah.
fucked. But
in what way? Sorry.
when it comes down to Slenderman, like many people bring up the oversaturation. Yes, that is definitely a factor. But
Yeah.
I think one thing that I really disliked with Slenderman nowadays is the fact that he goes from like oh yeah, that motherfucker's scary, to basically being fucking creepypasta Pennywise.
Oh my god.
Essentially, the thing about him that's annoying for me is the more we saw of him, the less he
was
became
scary.
scary because there was more added to him.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
'cause
why
it
the
was,
movie bombed as well. That's why the movie was so shit.
it was better when he
Yeah.
had nothing going on about him.
And,
It's just
and
like,
don't
it
even
was
get
the
me
mystery.
started on the creepypasta horror fan art. That can burn.
I,
Burn!
You can
fucking
burn.
Oh hell, like the fan
Dude.
and
No,
creepypastas, like
I need to bring this up real quick. On the topic of the whole Slenderman fanfic thing, you want to know something I found like a while back
Hmm.
that I remembered, and
What?
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
What is it?
what?
And that was Slenderman's OC brother, Offender Man, a
Oh
literal.
god!
Oh!
Don't remind
Hell
me
no.
of that guy.
No, no. If you're gonna bring him up,
no.
if you're gonna bring him up, then we gotta give a warning. Hey, if this content related to this is too much for you, then you could just leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Slenderman
like-
is too much. Like, why
like-
would anybody write something about that
Okay.
thing?
I'll say this. Not about Offender Man, because fuck that. I do like the concept of fuck. What was the one's name? He was dressed up like a fucking like clown or something. I don't remember.
I don't know actually.
like-
Splendor. Splendor Man.
Splendor.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Slender Man.
Splendid.
I kind of enjoyed that one because it's like a wholesome Slender Man. I like ideas where like
Motherfucker
certain
looked like the
horror-
jester from Devil May Cry 3.
he kind of does, but okay, but like my biggest I'll say this. I hate to say it. I really do, and I really love this series
Yeah.
as for what it stands for. But I feel like the whole thing that caused Slenderman's downfall is Marble Hornets. Don't get me wrong.
Really?
I love Marble Hornets, but it basically kickstarted Slenderman being mainstream.
There's one. I think Marble Hornets was the reason for this. I could be wrong. But as far as I know, it also produced another image that scared the shit out of me as a teenager. Not a kid, a teenager.
Which one was
Firebrand.
Oh yeah, that was scary. As shit.
Firebrand. Do you not know the Firebrand image?
No.
Let me get an image.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could probably just edit. I could probably just edit in.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can just edit.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
edit that in.
Yeah,
I'll make
but,
sure to send the audio to you, by the way, since
yeah.
I'm the one who pressed the
Yeah,
record
yeah.
button.
Wait, it's called Firebrand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Firebrand.
But say this. Okay,
we are
I-
editing
I
in
actually-
images of
I actually have
creepypastas
a
here,
pop-
man.
I actually have a pasta that is actually the opposite of Slenderman. Rather than like starting out with very good starters.
Yeah, and then let's get to that after I get the Sorry, no, it wasn't Marble Hornets that did it. It was Tribe 12.
Oh
Yeah, I was
God.
looking it up.
Yeah.
But
Tribe 12,
wait,
but anyway, let me just get the image and then put in the main channel for this. Goro, if you look in the
No mic?
if you look in the no mic,
Uh-huh.
but
you see this image right here? That's Firebrand.
yeah. But
Oh!
Yeah.
but I want to.
That scared the shit out of me when I was a teenager because of the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I don't like it when something is staring into my soul.
But
I don't
Yeah.
okay. I actually have two things to bring up. One's creepypasta, one's just general horror. One pasta that I feel like has the opposite effect to Slenderman. Starting as a really bad story, but then evolving into something actually pretty fucking good. Sonic.exe, actually.
Boy.
Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe is one of those things where the source material is like really bad.
But the
Yes.
fan material is really good.
Yeah, the fans make it better.
Nothing's gonna beat Sonic.exe.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
That one is like, what the hell?
I made something better than what the creator did. So,
Yeah. But the other thing I
That's
want to
for
bring
damn
up
sure.
that I feel like at least a lot of people here have either heard of or actually played.
Mhm.
And that's who else but Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh yeah.
I got them.
I want to say this when it comes to FNAF. my okay. This is a hot take, personal hot take. I really think FNAF should have ended at 3.
Yeah, I
think it
kind of
should've
agree.
I think it should have ended at 4.
Now,
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's understandable.
now I'll say this: I do really, really love 4 because FNAF 4 to me feels like a very good.
to me, that was the scariest.
Yeah, like
I mean, hell, look at the designs. Like,
Also,
hello.
can I say this real quick? Oh, I was gonna. And here's the thing about Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like what makes the series more special, especially the first one, is that if you look through like Solar Sand's YouTube channel and find a video of him talking about Scott Conton's previous games, you can see how special the first game was if you compare it to so many projects Scott has made
It's
beforehand.
really, yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
because
not.
that was his final game because
Yeah.
or like supposedly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was it's kind of like Final Fantasy because if y'all know the story, like Final Fantasy, the reason it was called that was because Sakaguchi just didn't know what to do, and or rather, the dudes who were making Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
they were just like, you know what, let's just try making a final game since we don't have any direction to go, so let's just call it Final Fantasy,
Uh,
and then it skyrocketed.
see, I want to
Yeah.
say this real quick with
Come on
FNAF.
now. Yeah.
I look at it with this, like in terms of like why I think it should have ended at 3, because okay, I'm gonna use the good and bad ending for this. The bad ending, I think is just as good as the good ending, but it doesn't hit as hard as the good ending. With the good ending, it brings forth that sense of completion. Like,
You said that it was like the saddest good ending.
yeah, it's fucking sad. Like,
Yeah.
because on one hand, it is good. Don't get me wrong, the ending is fucking incredible. But on one hand, it's happy because
It
like
ends
these,
on
these
it ends
kids
on
finally
depressing, essentially.
these kids finally get to be set free finally.
Yeah.
But it's still sad because those are kids whose little lives were snuffed out by a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think FNAF 3 is probably my favorite FNAF game. Because, well, yes, you can definitely say what you want about the gameplay.
It's
Because
simply
don't get me wrong,
finality.
yeah, it brings forth a sense of completion, finality, whatever you want to
Yep. There it is.
say. All right,
Is
but
it recording
Sorry,
now?
everyone. We had some technical issues.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
it's just some bullshit.
Yeah.
But like, I am perfectly fine with 4 existing. I'm perfectly cool with that because from I hate to say this because I fucking hate its lore, but from a lore standpoint, like FNAF 4 does make sense in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. It's like the nightmare of the crying child or Evan, whatever the hell his name is
Yeah.
nowadays.
Whatever the fuck it is.
People call him Chris, Evan. I don't care. I just call him.
Chris Evans.
That's just phenomenal.
What the shit?
Uh,
What the shit? But Goro, you did mention you had a list.
yes,
Yeah.
I have my list. It's
All right, go ahead, my good man, my good
Alrighty.
dinosaur.
And then
I got a good one.
afterwards, I'd like to delve into the expression list. And I just have a
I thought we were gonna let Moon. I thought we were gonna let Moon
I
go.
haven't said my thing yet.
Shit, yeah,
Well, like,
you're
I'll
right.
wait till Goro.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you want to say your thing or because
No,
I got
you can do that for. You can do yours first.
because I got quite a few things on my list right
Oh,
now.
quite a few. All right.
Just say it.
All right.
Yeah,
I
just-
guess like what really
it's
got
it's a
me
bit long,
was
I
the
guess.
term like.
Childhood horror.
Sorry, verped for a second. Yeah, what really got me childhood horror was the term like, you're not afraid of the dark, you're afraid of what's in the dark. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
We
That's
never
why
really know like
people
what the hell's in
are-
there.
That's why the fear of the dark exists, because you can't see shit. And really, there's a line that I always like to repeat because I first heard it in Autonomous Combat System by Fear Factory. People always fear what they don't understand.
Yeah, like the ocean. I'm fucking scared of the ocean.
Fear of the unknown.
But you're not scared of the ocean, you're scared of what's in it.
I think
Exactly. But, like,
I
as long
think
as we're like talking about other like childhood horrors,
I think
The
the
one-
fear of the ocean.
like yeah, but the one that got me early days before like it's been swept was when we brought up Slenderman, because
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, my 9-year-old having ass was just looked out one thing. I saw one odd tree formation, be like, "Oh shit!" and I crapped myself and ran.
Oh,
But
That and Killer
Oh.
Clown, Killer
But-
Clowns from
oh
Outer
yeah,
Space.
Killer Clowns.
Kenny
Yeah,
wants.
2016
I
probably
was sure the
wasn't
killer
helpful for you
clowns from
then.
outer space.
But outer
It's
space.
a good movie though.
Ish,
Looking back at it, it
ish.
was a good movie. Ish space.
But
Space.
unless Moon Moon still has some more things to say, Goro, you may go.
Yeah.
Moon Moon, do you have anything else to say, or
Do you have anything else to say, Moon Moon, or
Yes.
you do have more
Bibbidi-
things to say?
Yes. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. I shall turn the mic over to you.
Oh.
Why, thank you, Michael Sir.
Okay, stop shorting yourself.
Start shitting yourself.
Stop shorting. No. The fuck you mean no?
All right.
You ain't in diapers anymore, dipshit. Okay. Anyways. Alrighty. But yes, along with creepypastas, I also got a few things that did scare me as a kid when growing up too. Not just creepypastas, but also movie stuff or
Just general horror.
theory. Yeah, general horror, basically.
General shit.
General
General.
horror.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, first things first.
Dun, 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 dun.
I guess I can get with the creepypastas out of the way first
Mhm.
too. So,
Fair enough.
one of the creepypastas I know that I guess it's kind of like a creepypasta. It's sort of like one. That creeped me out. That I can recall creeping me out first from a while ago, or freaking creeping me out the most, is Obey the Walrus.
Oh yeah, that's
Hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
the
because
that video was kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie.
no, yeah, because it was creepy at first watching the video, but now that I know better of what the background of it, it's sad. Especially with the drag queen, is the
Yeah, alright. R.I.P. to her, by the way.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
Oh,
because she
Yeah.
died during COVID.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Hmm.
May she rest in peace.
She was a trooper in struggling with dealing with polio. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, she
Shit.
held up.
Polio. Wow.
Yeah,
whoa.
She held up. She held up.
Polio was something.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, but along with that video, it's the editing. I think is what made it freaky.
Yeah, that's
in the
fair.
background, Itsy Bitsy Spider being sung in Spanish or
I
something.
never thought Itsy Bitsy Spider would be scary, but here we are.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
And that-
apparently so apparently the Latino people like scaring the shit out of people with their rendition of Itsy Bitsy
Go-
Spider.
Yeah,
Mother,
go figure.
I can't English. English, motherfucker, dude.
Do you speak it?
Do you know what I'm saying? Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. Say what again? Say what again?
I think
There it is.
There we
Back
go.
again.
There we
Okay,
go.
gotcha.
Sorry for
Oh.
the technical difficulties again.
I think it's just lagging.
It seems we're
Uh.
boring our bot over here. I guess I'm just kidding.
The boss-
Anyways,
Fuck you,
Oh, no.
fuck you.
yes.
You're cool.
You're
and
cool.
Fuck you, I'm out.
As
But
I was
Gordon,
saying,
make it-
yeah, that was Obey the Walrus. That's the first one I can recall.
Mhm.
that's fair.
Also, this other one that is kind of like a creepypasta, but it's more one of those generic theory or creepy theory ones or something. Back in the day.
Theory pasta.
Yeah, this goes in kind of goes in time with because it's kind of similar to one of my earliest childhood fears or memories. So I was young, right? And my grandma was was staying at our house at one point, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sit with my grandma and see what she's watching." And say, "Hey, Grandma, Mimi, what you watching?" And she's saying "Oh, I'm watching Chucky." And then I thought, "Oh, are we watching Rugrats or something?"
Oh,
And then
Oh,
turns
So
out
you saw Child's Play.
yes, and I was scared shitless. I
oh
couldn't.
no!
It made me. It made me so scared that I don't think I could have trust my toys after a while. Till my
Oh
parents.
my god!
That reminds me of that one bit from Smosh where they were going on about the whole if horror movies were more realistic, and it got to the Child's Play one, And you got Ian going like, "My toy is alive," and then Anthony runs over and just sees Woody just laying on the floor, just going, "You're my favorite deputy." And then Anthony goes, "Are you serious?" And then Woody just leaps at him and then goes, "Die, bitch!" And then starts grabbing his
Actually, wait,
"Die,
wait, no,
bitch!"
no, wait. I have a I want to say. I want to say this to Goro. Goro,
Yeah.
because if you bring in a Obedo Walrus, it reminded me of another horror thing that had to do with walruses, and that was fucking Tusk.
Oh,
Oh,
Tusk.
God, that movie is weird.
Oh yeah,
That's a weird movie.
yeah, that's a weird movie.
Dude, that movie like got me shivering down the bone. I was thinking like someone could literally physically turn me into a walrus.
Wow.
Well, shiver me timbers! It's a walrus made out of
Yeah, for like an
flesh.
experiment type of thing, right?
I want to say this quick. Okay.
Holy shit.
I
I just had a juicy burp. Oh my god.
This is kind of general horror, but it's more just like a personal experience that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So for like a year or two, I would always be like, "Yo, mom, Jesus Christ!" I'd be like,
Christ,
"Yo,"
man.
I'd be
That's
like,
the
"Yo,"
Fanta talking.
I'd be like, "Yo, ma, I'm gonna take a nice stroll before I go to bed." And she'll let me because I'm trustworthy.
You're
Um,
stupid.
Kill yourself.
We cannot say that.
I can bleep it,
I was gonna. A
Yeah.
Transformers content creator can say it. We could say it.
but okay, but so I was like walking like a trail I always took, and still sometimes take when I'm taking like my dog out for a walk.
Yeah.
Right. It was I think it was in Kennedy Park. Fuck, I don't remember what park it was.
It was a park. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it was a park.
Park. It was the park. Dude,
It was a park.
It was the park.
It was the park, and I got scared shitless.
Yeah, I got
Man.
weird.
But and I was all by my lonesome, only with a little flashlight to defend myself.
Right.
I know, very creative. And I just remember, like just hearing this like blood curdling scream, and I remember just saying nah, and just booked it.
Nah.
I just said nah.
Basically,
Screw that noise.
Basically, at that point, you just heard that, and your mind went, "No."
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
again, no.
but there's two possible things that I probably heard. Actually three. I either heard like some drunk teenager like partying in the forest for some ass backward reason. I heard
Drunk. There's your answer.
Because what else would they do?
Fair enough.
I was stripped naked and scream at the top of my lungs.
I possibly heard that. It could have possibly been me hearing a fucking murder scene, or probably carrying a fucking skinwalker, or somehow.
Considering where you're at, the murder scene is likely.
Damn.
I forgot to tell our audience. But there we are.
And back and running.
Back and running after Craig Bob being a spaz. Repeat
What
your
is that?
statement, sweet boy.
Yes,
So
repeat your
in
sentence.
case Craig Bob still wasn't recording, because fuck you.
No.
Why would you?
Well, you got him there.
I will personally gut you with a spork.
He's got you there.
Please do. I wanted that.
Oh boy.
But in case like Craig Bob wasn't recording still, because I don't know if it's lagging or shit. So I saw a dude get shot in downtown Detroit,
Yes.
and it was like that one scene from MS's Blue, the TF2 film, where soldier's like, "Come on, take your best shot," and just gets shot in the chest.
Bruh.
What happened? He fucking died.
Yes.
He fucking died.
By the way, you should all watch MS's Blue. It's fucking cool.
Brought to you by MSS Blue.
Let's remember that
Not sponsored.
Let's remember that MSS Blue beat dead meat's kill count by like as the 800,000.
I know.
Yeah.
Like
And you want to know the funny part is he was able to actually figure out the body count because of like a statement that was said earlier in in the film.
like I find it funny as fuck knowing that Mrs. Blue is a horror film about TF2 of all things.
I
and it's gotten
know!
that much
It was
better.
really well made too.
Oh yeah, it's really fucking well made.
But
But
SFM.
what's some of the other creepypastas or horror shit that you were gonna go over, Goro? Because is there another one?
Yeah, I still got some more on this list. I
Yeah.
came prepared for
Yeah.
this when Sweet Boy told me.
That's fair. That's fair.
I went to thinking.
I got the book.
Yeah.
I got the book.
Yeah,
They
okay,
go
so
to
bull.
I said, okay, so I mistook Chucky for the Rugrats, right? I said that. I know that.
Yeah. Even though it was
So,
child's
no,
play, you got
yep.
scared and your titties off.
Yep, bing bong, I got scared by a ginger toy.
Hell. Same here.
I'm quoting that. I'm quoting.
There you go. Quote that if you want. And also, funnily enough, what goes in tie what I said about the theory thing, the Rugrats theory also disturbed me when I was younger too.
The Angelica one.
Yeah,
the
that
Angelica
one.
Did
Although it's generic by today's standards, at the time it freaked me a bit.
you want to know okay? This is not horror related at all.
Uh-huh.
But I heard like a theory from like an iceberg that I found, right?
Yeah.
About like Mulan.
Go to movie.
Go on.
Yes. And the theory states that Mulan is actually the stone dragon. And
The hell's the stone dragon?
the one that Mushu broke.
The Great Stone Dragon.
Yeah, the great
so
stone dragon.
what's the theory about?
Basically saying that Mulan is either a reincarnation or flat out the embodiment of the dragon. And I mean, they did like some not so subtle symbolism of it. So I do think that one's actually like true, honestly, because it makes sense. It makes sense for a character.
That'd be interesting. To be fair, I don't think we're gonna get any confirmation of that theory, considering Mulan hasn't had anything added to it in years.
Outside the
Yeah.
live action movie.
We don't talk about that
We,
one.
we don't talk about that, and we really kind of don't talk about the second film.
I forgot there was a second one. Okay.
Yeah.
But you may continue, Goro.
Oh yeah. But yes, the Rugrats theory that freaked me out when back in the day. I know that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because like dead. It's I guess when
Dead
they're
kids.
yeah, I don't like hearing about dead kids. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Because that's like
fair.
one of the few things that scare me. Because I'm rarely get scared by stuff, but when you got stuff like that just scares me.
Here's
Yeah,
something
you're
interesting, and here's something interesting. An easy way to actually disturb someone when making a film is having it to where a child is a victim of like murder and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's an easy as fuck cop out. Like it's one of those things where like
Yeah.
you can write it and it can either be good or bad. It just depends on your execution.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Before you go real quick, Goro. Blitz, you brought up a story I fucking hate. A
What?
creepypasta that I fucking hate.
Which
That being-
what?
And that is Sally Come Play With Me.
Oh God, no!
I fucking hate.
Don't remind me of that one. God damn.
I actually do not know of that one.
Oh, okay. Hold up.
Okay. I'll give you brief context and the audience brief context too.
Yeah.
Basically, Sally Come Play With Me is a story about our titular character Sally,
Yes.
and her being SA'd by her uncle and then later murdered. And it has the same tact and subtlety as fucking Clockwork.
Don't even get me started with Clockwork as well too.
I
Christ.
fucking hate
You know
how
what?
it's written.
You know what? I'm gonna bring this up.
There's a good. Oh my God.
I'm gonna bring this up because there's also one modern series that does do that, and nope. And obviously, I'm not gonna throw shade at the dude. First story he
Yeah.
ever wrote.
Oh God, is it what I think it is?
It's Urban Spook.
Yeah, I knew it.
Because let's be fair. Let's be fair. Again, no shade thrown at the dude himself, right? Great artist, and the music he makes is actually pretty damn good.
just not a very good.
She's not
good
amazing story-wise, and I get it. It's the first story he ever wrote.
See-
And thing is again, like, some people have stated, like, yeah, the story's kind of shit.
The art's really
yeah,
good though.
The story is okay. There's like points
Okay.
where it just doesn't work and where it does. Some of the thing and the reason why I'm kind of also giving it slack is even though there's also that shit, which again, the episode 3, because that's a controversial one.
Oh yeah.
Like where, like, you know, what happens to Corey, that one's like, you know, that one's actually fucked. That one's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Made
But-
for shock value, not
Well, it's like
exactly the
Frogger
greatest
Souls.
thing. But
You sound like Swagger Souls.
hey
That was
guys,
fucked.
it's Swagger Souls here.
Hey,
That was fucked.
guys.
But anyway,
But
but
sorry, you can.
it was, again, it was scuffed. It was fucked. But the
Oh,
other
yeah.
thing about it is, I can kind of understand that, like, the stories like being taken place from like an omnipresent point of view. It's not in anyone's perspective, right? It's more analytical, if that makes sense. Sure, again, there's like plot things that don't work. And again, like I said, to Urban Slug themselves, I'm not throwing shade. I know there's people who say like he's a shit dude. I've heard other people say he's like all right. I'm indifferent because I don't know how the dude acts. I've never met the
I'm
dude.
in the middle. I'm in the middle.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those things where, hey, I can congratulate him for actually getting this much traction. Just glitches.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Welcome back to this again. Again, technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with Craigbot. From
Fifth
what
time's the charm.
but with my statement,
I'm
again,
sorry.
and again, there's one of those things, and this is one of the things that I am like think about when stories are being written. You have no limits for writing a story when it comes to a subject.
You just kind of have to treat it
what
well,
matters is how you write it
and how you treat
it's
it.
and how it's executed. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because going off of, again, and this is like getting into like the bit more darker topics. Again, this is like me
Berserk.
being, yeah. But again, like, you can write something like essay, and there is a
Berserk.
good way of writing it and a bad way of writing it.
Yeah.
You can write an event like that. You can write those kinds of events. What matters is simply how you write it. And again, one of my favorite stories is Berserk. It's prevalent in Berserk. The reason I don't have a problem with it in there is its execution. It's not meant to be there for shock value. There's a point to it. The Eclipse. The Eclipse has the reason of Griffith is being made to be a character you hate because he's using it as a show of power, and it traumatizes other characters which have to slowly heal from it. Right? What matters is, again, if you're going to write a situation like that, it'd be good to also go with the aftermath. In analytical situations, a little bit shady, because if you're going to do an analytical situation with something like that, I don't know, that's kind of gonna get very, very iffy. You have to be really careful.
All right, but,
Which is why I'm saying I'm not throwing shade at Urban Slug and whatnot. I know people like to go to the fact that he had an outburst on Twitter and whatnot. And I'm over here just like, you know what? Considering even Rob Gavino, the dude who made Greylock, said like he's not a bad dude.
Greylock's really good,
And even the fact that Urban Slug has seen videos about like him writing things. Which, if you do watch this, dude, I'm just gonna bring this up and I'm gonna announce you to this. I'm making an album based off of it because I feel like bringing it up.
Also, speaking of YouTube stuff, actually, I am planning to start a YouTube channel, but I am probably going to use it to, like, promote my content, but also like the Catacombs podcast content. If there's new people who wants to, like, if there's new people like seeing me. Considering
that this podcast channel is run by the people who speak in the podcast, we're just promoting our shit. It's not even just like, copying and whatnot. It's really just a case of we have fans. Might as well see if they can go to the other deals and check out other shit. Blah, 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 blah.
But-
Yeah, if you enjoy us
But
talking
anyway,
crap.
so those. But I can understand why those creepypastas are also screwed up because the only thing those present is shock value. It's there without a purpose.
It's
there
like
without a purpose.
back to it, along with the Rugrats series, Sally, and Clockwork. Shock value, yeah, because they come out of nowhere too, and it's just like
Exactly.
And they have no significance.
they're just made
Go-
to make you shock you and just make you feel disgusted for reading it.
Goro,
Yeah.
you can continue. By the way,
If you have any more.
No, yeah, I still have more.
Yeah, he has an entire list. What do you expect?
No, yeah.
And like I said, we might as well extend this a little bit more considering all the glitches and whatnot.
Yeah, actually, no. Actually, before Goro does anything for a moment, okay, I do have to bring this up really quick. You want to know the type of horror, foreign horror that really gets my fucking bones shaking?
You said foreign horror?
Yeah, foreign horror, Asian horror.
Yeah, Asian, I was gonna
No,
say.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, no, still that ending to Ringu, I can understand why Pastora got the shit scared out of him.
Yeah,
with
but
that.
no, dude, Asian horror, I don't know why. It just hits me harder in some ways. I don't know.
Honestly, the thing is even though the movie was just kind of a cop out to kind of have the two fight each other, the one Asian horror film that has the most nerve-wracking ending to me, again, Ringu is up there and I haven't seen the entire film. I don't plan to yet. I might, because I don't watch a lot of horror. I don't watch a lot of movies in the first place. I just do shit to do shit. But the other one would have to be Sadako versus Kayako. Because the ending to that, where it's basically, you think that, once the monsters, Sadako and Kayako clash, that they would be, gotten rid of. Turns out, no. What actually happens is they fuse into one being, and the other scary part about it is, again, not only do you take Sadako, Sadako's look, but you add the Kayako's erratic movements to it all, where she's spazzing and twitching and whatnot. And what doesn't help is the fact of earlier in the movie, simply because one of them is having such an emotional fit, they send the tape in an internet format to people across the world and whatnot, and essentially they just killed everyone, and it shows what that tape would look like.
But Goro had something.
And that's just ugh. Also, to bring this up, the Grudge Wii game scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I didn't
but
know they made a Wii game off of that.
Yeah, neither did I.
PewDiePie played it, and he got scared shitless. It was
What
early.
are you gonna say, Goro? Goro, what are you saying?
He played it.
Let Goro speak. Let Goro speak, please.
Oh yeah, I was waiting out for when my mic was finished. Yeah, I was on.
Don't drop my name like that, man. No, I'm fucking with you.
What were you gonna say, Goro?
Al, you can drop my name if you want to too.
Okay, Joe.
Yep, there you go.
Joe. What were you gonna say, Goro?
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, after that whole tangent debacle, I guess, I don't know, whatever it was, but yeah, that scared. Yeah, but I'm not, and also I want to say this: I wasn't saying that I don't get scared that often. Doesn't make myself sound like a badass or anything. If you want, I'm just saying that it takes a while for me. It takes a few things to scare me. You know,
it just takes it's just the case
I can be startled and such, but
yeah, that's why I hate jump scares. It's because they're cheap and they always get a startle out of me.
Yeah, but if you involve something with kids in dire situations or very messed up stuff, that scares me.
Yeah,
no man, but that thing it scares me.
Yeah, again,
exactly.
it's really just, and this is also to go back on Resident Evil because I brought this up and I brought up how I hate the new Nemesis design. The reason they changed it is because of the amount of exposure Nemesis had. but they don't understand because I've also seen like the classic Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, like the classic version, that which scared the shit out of Lixian. Because he brought up how huge is like, with but the thing is the reason why Mr. X also worked in that, yeah, he was more ambiguous, but it was the atmosphere he was put in. It was the fact that it was in like, those certain spaces. They could have just updated the classic Nemesis design and given him like, more recent, like, more polished look. What mattered is simply his presentation and his execution. That's why I'm so annoyed that they changed it. Sure, it looks similar, but it looks worse for me.
I want to, but Goro, you can continue with your horror list.
Sorry for that tangent too.
No, you're good. You're good. You want to say another piece? That's all you want to say.
Hey,
Also, I was gonna say this very quick though. If we're gonna if we do upload this video,
well,
this
we're
thing
going
over here,
to.
yeah, we should put a content warning.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just like make like a little bit and say like hey, just here's load this.
Viewer discretion is advised.
All right,
Viewer
Broly.
discretion.
Just like I'll put like a little thing and say like like viewer discretion advised. Talks of yada yada yada.
Yeah. I mean, it's for people who are getting themselves into this shit. So yeah.
Yeah.
Goro, you can continue your horror list.
Alrighty. So yes, and done with Rugrats theory and such. But yeah, and Child's. On to the next creepypasta I got down here.
Shut up.
Okay.
Wait, let Goro speak. Let Goro speak.
Okay, lecture. Anyways, Russian sleep experiment.
Here's the
One
thing.
that creeped me out.
That became less scary over time when actually thinking about it and thinking about the event itself. Technically, it did happen, just not like how the story did, and also
No,
like, the story behind the images. But if you want to know like a true horror story similar to that, Unit 731.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That one's even more fucked.
Because like, here's the thing: when I why I had Russian sleep experiment, yeah, it scared me when I was younger. But as I grew up, I got more intrigued by it because like, thanks to my dad, I'm a history buff basically. It's like
same here.
yeah, because like hell, I enjoy some good. I enjoy finding out about stuff and like stuff that that I don't know. Because with Russian sleep experiment, right? You could see this type of stuff happening, especially back in the day when it's set in time, Even though
And again, technically, Unit 731 is like the true like horror experiment story, like because it actually happened. There's evidence of that happening, unlike Russian sleep experiment. Yeah, sure, the Russian sleep experiment did happen, just not like the story did.
I mean, hell, it's like the same reason why I got Gateway of the Mind on here too.
Yeah, that ending though.
Yeah. Hold up, I can pull up the line. I can pull up the line.
I have spoke with God, and he has
abandoned
me.
That line,
and
that
then
line
he just
stays
fucking
with me.
flat lines, like, dude.
Yeah, that line stays with me to this day, and it's like that's a god damn.
Yeah, no.
But that's a scary thing about this type of stuff, because like these things technically did happen, but it's just like not how the story is. It's just with Unit 731.
Yeah.
Because Japan was fucked back then with doing that.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
If you got any more, I'd also say those now, because there's a couple that I kind of wanted to bring up.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I can go. I got some cryptid stuff, like story wise and such.
Yeah.
Or like urban legends. Goatman's Bridge is one down here.
Oh yeah.
Because like I find it's like scary, but especially since it's
cryptid or
urban.
There we go.
There we are. Welcome back.
Yeah, because I just remember hearing this one, reading about it. Because like hell, I like cryptids and they're interesting to hear about.
Cryptids are
like,
interesting.
And urban legends in a whole, but like Goatman's Bridge is like very, like literally, it's close to home where I'm at and such too. So like,
there's one story, and I kind of associate this with urban legend. I don't think it is. But there's one that I remember hearing called "Are You Glad You Kept the Lights Off Last Night?"
Oh god,
Are you glad you kept the lights off last night?
Yeah. Um,
Let me see.
it's interesting because if I remember correctly, it's about essentially like the statement, "Are you glad you kept the light off last night?" It's one of those things where like I forget who the protagonist is, but they were like having this like insane fear of what was going on, like someone was watching them or stalking them or trying to kill them and whatnot or killing people.
Yeah.
So they were like hanging out with another person and whatnot. And they were just like, sleeping with them and whatnot. And they had the lights off.
Yeah.
She wait. I think I think the protagonist is a woman. That's why I said she. I don't remember.
Julie or
Yeah,
something.
but she eventually wakes up, turns on the light, and in blood, all it says, I think it was either on the wall or the ceiling, is just,
Aren't you
"Are you,
glad you didn't turn on the light?
yeah, are you glad you slept with the light off?" I don't. Hold on. I need to see what the title of it is because it's been a
Aren't you
while.
glad you didn't turn on the light? Is what I'm looking at on Urban Legends
Uh,
Wiki right now.
okay.
Yeah.
I wanna say this. I know I already brought this film up, but you want to probably like more like the like the hardest horror movie lines I've heard,
What?
and the fucking it's eternity in there from Mrs. Blue. That goes insanely hard.
Oh yeah.
What?
So in Mrs. Blue, the whole "it's eternity" in there line,
Mm.
like that
I was
goes
gonna say.
insanely hard.
Also, you want to know a horrifying movie that for me seems pretty interesting, considering that this was the first movie that a country did this genres, and this was from South Korea. And I'm bringing up the movie Train to Busan
Train to
because
Busan.
even though that movie was critically acclaimed, what made it more interesting is the fact that it was basically South Korea's first major zombie movie.
And they hit it off pretty well with that movie.
Oh yeah,
Like
The Koreans
I could tell the people who made this movie had so much passion into the genre.
Yeah.
Goro, do you have any other in mind?
Yes. Okay, so I said Goat Man, yeah. Oh, Bunnyman Bridge was also pretty scary to hear about too.
Buddy Man Bridge?
Oh yeah, like a famous bridge is like famous bridge in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, go figure. It happens in Virginia.
Yeah,
Well, it ain't West Virginia, so you ain't seen Mothman there. So I guess.
Yes, Virginia.
it ain't like Detroit or some shit.
Yeah, but as urban
Can't
legend
have
goes, like
shit in Detroit.
yeah, like a
Exactly.
deranged guy in a bunny man suit was supposedly seen there with a hatchet and such. That that was like supposedly from like from an asylum of some sorts. Even though
Yeah,
it's
an escaped prisoner.
There's
yeah,
one that I'm actually trying to remember, so I'm looking at Matthew Santoro's videos. I'm having it mute on my phone because I just need a fun. There's one that I'm remembering specifically.
that's Bunny Man.
Oh shit! I just remembered another one from my childhood.
And as for okay, and then there's the Blob that freaked me out too.
The
Like
Blob?
yeah, the 50s, let me
Oh,
see,
the original. Okay.
yeah, because I watched it when I was young with my parents. The
Yeah.
Blob.
The Blob.
Yeah, 58. Is like the idea of something that's like unstoppable, or like something that can engulf you and you can't do a thing about it, just like scared me at the idea of it,
Okay.
Yeah.
until they actually found yeah.
There's a pasta that we've been dancing around for like the past like hour.
Yeah.
We have.
And that
Candle Cove.
and yeah, we've been
Oh yeah,
so
Candle
for those in the audience that have the brain capacity of a fucking pickle jar,
Listen here, folks.
Candle Cove is obviously creepypasta.
Yes.
And it kind of follows a lost episode format, kind of very
Basically,
loose.
it follows on like a forum setting where
Yeah,
people are discussing whether they know
yeah.
the show
Yeah,
or
like
not.
it follows in a forum setting where a group of users discuss an old show they used to watch called Candle Cove. Basically a puppet pirate show, very low budget.
Yes, very.
And
very low budget.
they would all recount that there was one episode of this particular show where it was all the characters screaming and crying, and at the end of it, one of the forum users decides to pay their mom a visit, and while they were there, they asked like, yeah, like, do you remember Camel Cove? Why'd you let me watch that kind of show? And their mom said that the forum user in question wouldn't even watch a show. It wouldn't even watch a show. He would just watch static.
Yep.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
one other one. There's a couple that came to mind for creepypasta.
Yeah.
Let's bring this out of the way. Where the bad kids go has a creepy as
Oh.
fuck ending.
Oh god.
Oh,
Considering like what that actually is, and the fact of the context is that, well, Where the Bad Kids Go was a series where at the end it just shows a door, has kids screaming, and then when they actually figure out what was behind that door, they realize that there was like
Blood, feces, bones.
blood, and
Yeah.
there's just a lot of really fucked up things in there.
Those
Another
screams
one
are
to
weird.
bring up, which no one brought up, Red with White.
Oh god.
Oh.
Isn't that the one where you like the
Keyhole. The
Yeah,
keyhole.
that one. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Where they look in the
Yeah,
key, where it's this dude looking in an apartment, and they were
And
told,
some-
"Do not look in the keyhole,"
Yeah.
because
in blank room.
and when they do, they see a white woman initially.
White.
So then they look away,
White.
and then they do so again, and all they see is red,
And it turned.
which they
But,
then realize was her eye. And one more to bring up, the Queen's Guard.
Oh god.
The Queen's
Oh
Guard.
god.
Goro, you know the one where it's about this dude. It's about this dude serving the Queen's Guard and whatnot.
Mhm.
And this random woman just stands right in front of him and whatnot. And he was scared shitless. So the only thing he could do was go, "Make way for the Queen's Guard, make way for the Queen's Guard." And the one thing he hears, mostly coming out of this woman, is simply 10, 9, 8. And so on multiple occasions, this woman that he sees reoccurringly just keeps counting random different points. You know, then it goes from 10, 9, 8 to 7, 6, 5. And then, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then afterwards, he sees this woman grabbing onto a relative of his or someone personal to him. And this woman is just going 0, 0, 0. She's taken off, and the protagonist comes back with that relative and whatnot. And he's there trying to think about what just happened and go and like see if they were okay and whatnot. And all he hears that person say is 10, 9, 8.
Bro, we just turned this whole podcast into like I don't even know what to say.
A horror show.
Well, the episode is a horror show, yeah.
Yeah. The episode is about horror.
Well,
But
it's gonna happen when we're talking about this stuff too. So yeah.
Yeah, well, considering that we all big horror fans, so like.
Yeah, I was gonna say to everyone here, again, even if we don't exactly look at it all the time, we are avid horror fans. Matter of fact, again, one of my favorite recent horror media is Heilwall Loophole. That's a good one.
Yeah, actually, you want to know a specific genre of horror?
Yeah.
That I find very interesting because I actually not relate because I understand this a lot. Well, it's basically like think of like a horror story or a horror movie, but it's based on an animal. But it's not like the animal's like demonic or created by science. Wait, what?
Cocaine bear.
Oh yeah, that shit. Yeah, Cocaine Bear. But like, yeah, no, like it's like for me, like one of the I find an interesting specific genre of horror is like one based on an animal, but it's just an animal, literally just,
Or like
Jaws.
Cujo.
Yeah.
or like there was a recent animal with lions. There was one with
Oh,
lions.
Prey? Wait, or something.
No, you're fine.
Anyway.
You're fine.
No, you have good taste.
Hey,
Oh, thank
welcome back again. There's technical difficulties, but considering how long this is going on, we're most likely going to end the podcast here for today.
Yeah, we had our daily
It's your
quota.
piece.
Yeah.
Tune in the next 2 weeks for some other shenaniganery based off of people who have zero idea what 1 + 1 is and the fact that our kneecaps are backwards.
Yeah.
Remember, viewers.
Whatever that was, yes.
Remember to sniff glue, eat grass, drink the soap in your bathroom. I don't know.
Don't
I was
be
gonna
like
say
us.
pray to Walter White.
Prophet is after it again.
Wait, Rocky, what do you say?
I said pray to Walter White.
Walter.
There you go.
Walter.
Jesse.
Anyways, folks, remember, don't be like us.
Yes,
Don't be like us,
Yeah.
rather be like
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sure, let's go with that. Be like
I love
him.
I love the fact that like we just talked about like the most gruesome horror stories we know of to like this shit.
Yeah, but
And then we'll
anyways,
just
but
Neil
anyway,
deGrasse
fellas-
Tyson.
It could get
Neil
darker,
deGrasse-
that's for sure. But
Anyways, fellas, to the male audience out there, don't slam your ding dong into the dresser. That would be very painful.
Or the door.
Please don't slam your dick into the bathroom drawer.
yeah.
No, hold on.
Hey, don't
Don't
be
forget
stupid
to-
when something's creepy around you, okay?
Don't
Don't
forget
be
the
stupid.
car door.
Oh, don't shove your dick in the Uno deck.
Don't pull a daffy.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, let's
So,
go there.
see y'all.
Deuces to everyone, and
Yeah, bitches.
Happy trails.
yeah.
Until we meet again.
No.